Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at Zygarde in the Ultra League. Let's go. So what we're going to be doing this time is switching up the moves. We're going to actually be going with Crunch and Earthquake as opposed to what do we have before, Bulldoze and Outrage. And it didn't really take me that many TMs, so we're looking good. Apparently, what does this thing rank, like number 5 for the Ultra League? I didn't know that. That's crazy. But with that said, let's see what we have going on here. Again, is this thing supposed to be tiny? I thought it was supposed to be kind of big. It's a little weird, but nonetheless, let's get it. And I'm going to be getting the complete form at the end of this month. So yeah, we'll be moving all along into the Master League. It's going to be amazing. Absolutely incredible. So make sure you stay tuned for that. I'm looking like I need about 75 more cells. I think, wait, yeah, something like that. I don't remember. We're getting close. At the end of the month, that's what we're looking at here. So we're going to be pairing it up with Registeel. This thing is always a beast, you already know. And Talonflame. So we're not just taking a look at Zygarde, but this is also going to be a Talonflame video in the Ultra League because we are going to be having an increase in damage for Incinerate. And we're going to have a new move, Fly. And it worked out great. Having Fly is amazing. So you don't debuff yourself. And after you use a Flame Charge to raise your attack, you're actually going to be doing quite a bit of damage, almost in compared to Brave Bird, right? Not quite, but you know, still doing a good amount of damage. All right, with that said, if you do enjoy my content, if you can give it a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Let's see what we have. Talonflame entering the scene here. And as you can see, Fly is going to be able to be reached sooner than Flame Charge. So if you need to get to that in a pinch to take something out, it's probably going to be best to go for it. So we're just going to go ahead and throw that Fly. I think they back out. Yeah, they did not like that. And we're taking that win here. All right, let's keep it going here. What are we going to see? Zygarde in the lead the entire time. Machamp. Okay, well, we do have a Registeel in the back, so that does check out. And they're going to be swapping into their Melodic here. I'm going to go ahead and just throw a Crunch, see if we can get the defense drop, plus some damage here. And we do fantastic. Not that we really needed that. I mean, well, actually, yeah, because the Zap Cannon I don't think would have been enough because Melodic is actually kind of thick. So of course we're going to let all this go. And with Registeel, unfortunately, there's really not much extra farm that you can get. We just maxed out there at 100 energy. So I under tap, but I still hit too much bubbles and we accidentally KO them. But we're able to get to the Focus Blast up against this Machamp. Now, of course, they're going to shield this up and then farm us all the way to hell and back. Okay, but we're still holding on to 2 shields while they only have 1. Going to go ahead and bring in the Zygarde so we can kind of just absorb it. Oh, as I say that, they throw a freaking Rock Slide. Are you kidding me? Why'd you throw a Rock Slide? You expecting something else that was not weak to fighting? All right, well, they do have a Venusaur in the back, and this is all but over for them. As we do resist the counter, this Talonflame is going to be able to sweep it up here for us. And obviously, we're going to shield this up. We're going to be able to get to another Fly. I think we're actually going to just farm them down with Incinerate because it just does so much damage at this point. So we go for the Flame Charge because we know they're going to shield. No, they're going to get to a charge move. This is going to be a Cross Chop. So I think, let's see what happens here. And Zygarde, they back out. Everybody's backing out. I don't blame you. I know. Go Battle League is shit. I don't blame you. Oh, look at this. I had to show. Look at that. Look at that. That's awesome. I couldn't freaking believe it. Check this out. You've never seen this before, have you? A freaking Zygarde versus the complete form. Let's go, baby. You only get this kind of content on this channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Shout out to this person here, freaking badass. So they're going to be swapping at the perfect time and retreating with energy. This is not looking good for me, by the way. I'm including this because, yeah, you know, they got the complete form and they were 100%. So we're definitely going to be showing that. And I mean, come on, this is a Zygarde video with the freaking the main one. All right, so anyways, up against the Melmetal here, and they're going to be, of course, hitting us with Rock Slide. We bring in the Registeel, and we are actually going to farm them down with Lock On. We know that they do not have superpowers, so we don't really need to worry about shielding anything up. And I do believe they're going to get owned here. What's going to happen? And we back out. Yeah, that was a loss. Okay, good game, but I had to show it again because, you know, that Zygarde is badass. All right, now we have the Sleepy Cat Snorlax. Didn't get my shiny, unfortunately. I don't know how it goes. And speaking of shiny, I didn't really want to talk about it too much on this video, but the Krigagonal tasks, oof, not looking good as far as the shinies are concerned. I'm going to have a whole video on that. So make sure you have notifications on. So up against this Snorlax here, this Body Slam's not going to KO. It's going to be pretty close. We're going to be able to get to our Crunch. We're going to go for Earthquake. We're going the distance here. Let's go. Would Crunch have been enough? And they're shielding up anyway. So yeah, it would have been better to do that so we can potentially drop their defense. But sounds good to me. Use up all your shields in the beginning. All right, we're going to vamp up this Talonflame and absolutely wreck you. Unless you bring in a Swampert. Not looking good for me here. But we do have a shield, so we're going to go ahead and just shield them up. Getting to another fly should just about be enough to take them out. It's going to be very close. I think they're actually not going to get KO'd here. Can we farm? Oh, never mind. That's enough. Okay, good enough. And back in with the snow. What? They just gave me more farm. Oh, okay. Yeah, they've got a Gardevoir in the back. So obviously we're going to go for fly here. Triple Axle. Yeah, I'll do a decent amount. What can they hit me with? Shadow Ball? I mean, Psychic. Triple Axle, and down they go. All right. Sounds good. Next battle, what are we going to see with that Zygarde in the front? And then Shadow Articuno, get out of here with that shit. Now, I'm excluding a ton of battles where I just get hard countered in the front and in the middle. And whenever that does happen, I'll swap. And if they hit me with a hard counter, I just back out. There's really no point. Like, you could potentially try to pull that win if you catch perfectly, if the game doesn't skip frames and screw you over. But honestly, I value my time way more. So I'll just, chalk it up to a loss and I'll just accumulate the wins that I have already. Okay. Again, look, I don't back out if, hard counter in the front, in the middle, just back out all of them. Absolutely not. You've seen it here. We stay sometimes, a lot of times. But you can just tell, like, okay, this is a wrap. I'll let you have that. Bye. And a lot of times I just don't even want to entertain that freaking battle. All right, anyways, this Giratina is struggling to take us out here. We're actually going to lock on them. Almost. Oh, damn. No, we're going to shield this up. We want to win the swap. It's pretty important at this point. So we're going to go ahead and shield that up and go for a Focus Blast here. They shield, but check this out. Lock on down, baby. Let's go. Articuno. I can't have that matchup for me. I needed the Talonflame to be matched up with Articuno. I needed that. So Ancient Power will probably KO us here. So we're shielding and they hit me with a freaking Icy Wind. Lovely. Hopefully they have Hurricane so they don't actually hit us with an Ancient Power here. So we're going to go ahead and swap and unfortunately just have the Zygarde take the damage here. Let's see if we can pull this off. I mean, you got to make sacrifices sometimes. They have a Crest in the back. This is looking absolutely amazing. So we're going to go ahead and start vamping up our attack here so we can take out that Articuno with our quick moves that much faster, right? And I do believe we're going to want to come out of this with some energy too. So they do not have Future Sight. We're in the clear to take this win here. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and start throwing the flies and we're going to farm them down and then we'll be able to just throw the Incinerate or the Flame Charge at the Articuno. And look at that. Holy crap, that is so close. Going for the Flame Charge here, which has already been vamped up as well. But it didn't really need that because they're pretty much on their deathbed. Taking that win with a bad lead. Next game, we're met with Charizard Shadow. We do have to look out for Dragon Claw. That is going to be doing a lot of damage. So we'll see what we can do here. I think we shield the first one up. Zygarde can take a hit. It's pretty decent. Okay, that's why it's ranked where it is for the Ultra League here. All right, hitting on with the Crunch. Now, do I like these moves? I kind of like having Outrage, to be honest with you. Earthquake's fine. I don't think I maybe landed like once or twice the entire time of using it. Kind of annoying because they always freaking shield. But yeah, I don't know. It's really up to the kind of Pokemon that you're using on the team with it that you need coverage for. All right, so we have an Obstagoon out here. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Talonflame as we are going to be resisting the counter, of course, and the Registeel's taking super effective. They swap into a Crest, and we're just going to absolutely, completely wall them. I think this is one of the things that just walls Crest the hardest. Steelix, is part ground, so it's still going to be taking a decent amount from the Grass Knot. But when it comes to Registeel, just straight up Steel. And Steel resists Grass, Psychic, Fairy. Steel is the most OP type in the game. Not just Pokemon Go, but I think in the Pokemon universe. Steel type, and then maybe like Fairy too. But anyways, next game, we're going to be met with a Talonflame. This is a pretty good lead here. Brave Bird won't KO. Fly obviously won't KO. Flame Charge is not, fire's not very effective. So we'll let this go. It is a Flame Charge. Fantastic. Going to go for the Crunch immediately here, of course. See if we can get that defense drop. And no, we did not, unfortunately. Now we have to play the game. Are they going to do another Flame Charge or Fly? So we're going to shield it up, and it is a Flame Charge. That's okay. They've already used a shield too. And we're going to be seeing another Obstagoon. And it's not a coincidence when you start encountering the same Pokemon over and over again. Again, you know, some of these may be meta, like Obstagoon is pretty meta, pretty damn good for sure. But when you see them back to back to back to back to back to back, it's because of something that you have on your team. The moves are aligning with their moves, and that's just the way the algorithm works. That's why when you switch your team, you don't see them anymore, or at least you don't, you know, maybe once per, you know, day, right? As opposed to, I don't know, like constantly back to back. Anyway, we have the Talonflame here. No more shields on their end, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Zygarde. And unfortunately, I didn't throw the Crunch immediately here, so we're going to shield this up and waste our damn shield. They bring in a Swampert, so here we go. Earthquake, time to land it. They don't have any more shields, doing a decent amount of damage there. Now, if they hit me with Earthquake, I think they actually go for... Is this the Hydro Cannon one? Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh. Maybe they have Sludge Wave. Who knows? That could be the case, right? I mean, who would do this? You're in the clear for an Earthquake here. So we're going to go ahead and go for that Focus Blast and take out this Swampert and this Talonflame. Come on, come on. Getting to the Focus Blast. And this is not very effective, but they're so low it doesn't really matter. And we take the win up against a damn Talonflame with the Registeel. Next game, what are we going to see here with that Zygarde? A Virizion. So we are part ground, and Leaf Blade will still do a damn decent amount of damage. The Dragon will resist Grass, but it is just, you know, kind of neutralized there. Look at that. We're already about half health. Pretty damn annoying. So I'm going to have to play the, you know, mind game here, because every charge move that we have is not very effective, but they don't know what we have unless they're using the Discord cheat, which is still alive and well and kicking. For anybody who's not familiar with what that is, there are services where you can see your entire opponent's team and Pokemon. Yes. So as you're matching, you know, when it shows both of your names and your levels and your ranks, whatever, it will immediately show them your Pokemon and the moves. And anybody who says that's not an advantage, you're dumb as fuck. All right, let's keep it going here. Bringing in the Registeel. What do we have going on here? Yeah, let's absorb that Surf, no problem. We're not going to be locked on farming them down. That's not happening, but they do swap, so we're going to go ahead and throw that super effective Zap Cannon up against that Articuno and doing big damage. We're still holding on to both shields, and we don't need to shield this up whatsoever. Everything's resisted. Ice, Rock. I mean, probably should have went for like Icy Wind. Or maybe they're running Triple Axle. I don't know. Anyways, bringing back that Jellicent, and we're going to, of course, let this Shadow Ball go. Swap into the Talonflame and farm them down here. We can quite literally put the phone down, and that's exactly what we did. And we're taking that win with 2 shields. Let's go. Next game, what are we going to see here? Talonflame again. Sounds good to me. Let's do it. So again, we do have to look out for that Brave Bird. It will do a decent amount of damage, but if we can lock in the charge move like we just did here, let's see what happens. Brave Bird, beautiful. They're not going nowhere. They debuff themselves, so they're going to be forced to shield unless they want it to die. All right, they're going to shield it up and bring in Dragonite. So I'm going to go ahead and swap into my Registeel because I could have just let them take me out, but we're just going to go ahead and do this here. Going for the Zap Cannon, they let it go, and we almost freaking took them out. Superpower? Dragon Claw. What the hell? Okay, well, better to play it safe because I didn't know. They had enough, obviously, for Superpower, and as a matter of fact, for 2. Bringing back that Talonflame, getting to the Zap Cannon. Of course, they're going to shield this up. They don't want that thing to go down here. Beautiful, using that last shield and getting to the charge move here. This, I don't think will KO, so they're unfortunately going to get a couple of extra flame charges in there. So we're going to go ahead and swap and then get to the fly before they get to theirs. I don't know if this is enough to KO. Let's see. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, that's easy money. And they do have another, we have an Obstagoon again in the back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a flame charge here. Still holding on to 1 shield. We're going to let this go. I think they may hit me with an Obstruct. Yep, lowering my defense and raising theirs. So now we're going to go ahead and go for the fly. And we're pretty much down to neutral damage, or at least to regular damage. And they survive. Obstagoon is a beast. As long as you're not taking super effective, you're going to be looking great, right? Super weak to fighting, but otherwise Obstagoon is a very solid Pokemon for the Ultra League. Great League too. All right, so long as you don't run into stupid as Fairy Zoomerl. Okay, if I use Obstagoon, I'll see triple Fairy teams for real. For real, for real. All right, anyway, we have the Giratina out here taking all that damage, but retreating with energy. They're swapping into their Walrein. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Registeel. Yeah, we're going to shield that up. Calling the Earthquake sounds good. Going to go for that Zap Cannon. Could go for the Focus Blast and get to the next one sooner, but we're just going to go ahead and throw this. They let it go. And I was thinking to myself, there's no way this is Earthquake again, but my dumbass wasn't counting. So yeah, it was an actual Earthquake. So we're going to lock on farm them here. And they actually get to another one. Yeah, I was pissed. So we got all this energy, lock on farm them. I'm gonna go for the Zap Cannon, but mission complete. I mean, we won that matchup, looking good, right? And they've got a Cobalion. I go for the Zap Cannon because it's gonna lower their attack potentially. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and bring in the Zygarde. They're gonna be swapping back into their Giratina. We're gonna let this go. It's not gonna KO. Dragon Claws can do super effective damage. We get to the crunch. Tell me to please shield up your Giratina here. Okay, that makes sense. So what we're going to do as soon as I throw here, I think we're going to want to swap. Oh, actually, this is going to KO. Yeah. We have about 1 HP. Bringing in the Talonflame. Now, we do need to look out for Stone Edge. That is going to KO us. So we're going to go ahead and shield. I think we call. Okay, yeah, we call that. Let's go, baby. Let's go. And at this point, it's a wrap. Yeah, they can't take a win here. There's nothing they could do. We will absolutely shield this up. There's no way they're going to be able to get to a Sacred Sword and a Stone Edge after this before we get to the Fly, which is going to be obviously enough to take them out here. And Talonflame really putting in that work. Absolutely amazing. Worth the power up for sure if you're into the Ultra League. But just know it's not something you're going to want to use in raids. Poliwrath. I mean, I don't know why they're retreated because they do have Ice Punch. See, now I can't convict this person of this, but it's times like this when I see them swap when they're actually in a decent position that just things that make no sense, like swapping into a Drapion. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, that's an absolute horrible matchup for you. Makes me feel like they can see the entire team and they're trying to bait something out or just play games because they know what they got going on. Not saying they are. It's just moves like that are kind of like, I don't know, man. I don't know why did you swap? Anyways, going to go ahead and go for that Focus Blast, taking out that Drapion. They've used one shield. Of course, they're going to be farming us down here. Getting to the Focus Blast, they don't know that. They're going to shield this up regardless. And we're going to get their last shield. Sounds good. Now, we do need to look out for Ice Punch, which is going to do a ton of damage to us. This is why I was wondering, why do they... Unless they don't have it. Okay, there you go. All right, there is Ice Punch. And they have a, what do you know? Helioptile in the back. Heliolisk. And Breaking Swipe, we're going to shield all this. Yeah, we're shielding this up and farming them down. And beautiful. And going to go for Fly and take the win here because that Poliwrath is going to do a ton of damage. But doesn't KO Poliwrath Thick Boy over here. And they did lower my attack with the Breaking Swipe. Did the Breaking Swipe lower attack? Had to at this point. Had to probably. Getting to the next Fly. And Talonflame, man, taking the spotlight. Well, not really. It's a video about this thing. It was initially going to be about Zygarde. But I guess it's going to be about Talonflame too. All right, met with the Shadows out. This is absolutely a fantastic matchup for me. They're swapping into their Glissopod. Now we have to think about what we have here. And I do believe actually we're going to be swapping out the team towards the end. And we put on Tapu Finn. I forgot what we take off or swap everything out with. All right, so yeah, bringing in the Registeel. Going to go for that Zap Cannon, of course. Do they want to shield it up? They do. Okay, using their first shield. That Liquidation is doing a pretty good amount of damage, plus the Shadow Claw, but Registeel is just a complete noob Pokemon. So it's just going to be able to absorb everything, right? Yes, I said it's noob and I'm using it. Yes, yeah, absolutely. I don't have no problem with that. I don't care. That doesn't mean I'm a noob. It's just I'm trying to limit the cuss words here, but I really want to go off on it. All right, so speaking of it, what do you know? What do you know? The new Registeel. I'm using it too, so I'm not taking a jab at that person. All right, going for the Flame Charge and unfortunately not KOing, but hey, actually works out because we're able to get even more energy here and start vamping our attack even more up against that Zapdos. Of course, you don't want to go for Fly because it's not very effective, but at this point, since we have raised our attack so much, we can probably go ahead and do that. But they're swapping into the Glissopod, so we're going to go ahead and just burn them up. Light them up, baby. Let's get it. And at this point, this is a wrap. All right, Talonflame absolutely dominating. Let's go. Next game, what are we going to see here? A Sceptile. All right, lovely. We have to look out for Breaking Swipe. Sceptile is so good. It is one of my favorite starter Pokemon because of the design. It looks great. It looks great. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Crunch here. And we get the defense drop. Fan-freaking-tastic. So this Breaking Swipe is going to hurt us still. Okay, and can we farm them down? Fantastic, looking good. And getting to the Crunch up against that, what was that, a Swampert that we're looking at here? Okay, so bringing in the Talonflame, I immediately swap. I don't, because we're in a bad position and I kind of needed to do this here. And I know they're not going to retreat because, well, why would you? What's better than this matchup in the back? Nothing, probably. All right, gonna go ahead and go for the fly here. Double shielding, spammy Swampert, how annoying. And going for another fly. Let's see if we can get both of their shields. We're really in a horrible position here. Now, Hydro Cannon won't KO. Yeah, I just double shielded so we can keep all of our health here, right? So we will be able to outpace them. Getting to the, well, not really. Well, yeah, kind of. They didn't retreat fast enough. Take it out the damn Swampert. Get you out of here. And they have a Charizard in the black, in the back. And yeah, this is a wrap for them. We're gonna be able to go for Zap Cannon and take the win with the noob Trash Shiny Can. Let's go. Good night, Charizard. See ya, buddy. All right, next game, what are we gonna see here? Fantastic lead up against an Alolan Muck. Gotta love it. Now, of course, we're gonna go for Earthquake. We could bait with Crunch, but I'm not gonna risk them letting it go. And yeah, so I'm just going to go straight for Earthquake here. Of course, I go for Dark Pulse. I was expecting an Acid Spray or some sort of a bait. But of course, they're going to be going straight for it the one time I do not shield the damn Muck. But whenever I do shield the damn Muck, they are going to be throwing a freaking Acid Spray. All right, so bringing in the Talonflame. Unfortunately, not able to get to the... I could have threw the fly, but I think what we're going to want to do at this point is just farm them down. Since we haven't used a shield yet, we're loaded. And they went for Dark Pulse again. Okay, sounds good. So what are they going to do here? Lapras. Okay. I think we're gonna go ahead and do that Flame Charge. We want to throw another one here because we just vamped up. Oh, we're just gonna go for Fly, I guess. Would a Flame Charge been a better option there? Or just go for Fly? Who knows? Go check it out on the Sims. Let me know. I know. Oh, you don't know anything, huh, Poke? We got another Sceptile here. Great. Now, it could have Earthquake, but this one probably has Leaf Blade and Breaking Swipe, so we're looking pretty right here. And that still did a decent amount of damage. Sceptile has got some pretty good attack. Maybe that's not too much, but it is loaded, though. I mean, it even has coverage for Steel with Earthquake, so they definitely show Sceptile some love. In comes the Lapras, getting to the Focus Blast, and we're going to be able to take the win here. Man, this is a long-ass video. What the heck? This is 35 freaking minutes long? What the frick is going on? I didn't know I made a... Okay. Primarina, horrible lead. Swap it into Registeel here. Now, we got 2 Pokemon to protect us from Charm. As you can tell with the Fire and the Steel, that's how we built this team. They let the Zap Cannon go and bring in their Jellicent. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and go for the Zap Cannon, of course, and let this go for sure. Registeel said, huh? Huh? And we lower their attack, so Shadow Ball got a KO at this point. I think we might survive still. No, they go for sure. Getting to the next Zap Cannon. Come on, noob Trash Can, putting in that work. We're getting 2 shields out of this guy here, and they're gonna throw and use their energy. Perfect. Sounds good, buddy. Gonna go ahead and bring in that Zygarde here. Knowing that they don't have Ice Beam, we can just take all this kind of nicely. And they're going to be swapping and locking themselves in here with Sylveon. And that's a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye. Thank you. All right, next game. What are we going to see here? All right, Dragonite Shadow. Okay, of course. All right, so we're doing a lot of damage here ourselves. Getting to that Crunch. More than likely, they're going to shield this up. Okay. And retreating with energy and bringing in a Swampert. Gonna go ahead and bring in the Registeel here because, I mean, really don't have too many options. They go for Earthquake. That's a Shadow Stab Earthquake. And Registeel is still going over here. The fuck is this? This is insane. All right, so we're gonna be landing the Focus Blast. That's absolutely amazing. Taking us out there, of course. Now we still have 2 shields, so we probably want to go in here with the Zygarde and start farming them up. Unfortunately, they get to this, so it's Talonflame time. Oh yeah. You better believe it. They're going to be a swapping immediately, bringing in their Cofagrigus. Now, we got a little bit of a predicament here, I suppose, but we can still pull this off so long as we shield up correctly. We're going to go ahead and shield the Cofagrigus. I do believe double shielded, as a matter of fact. Unless... Yeah, so we know what we're doing. Yes, we could have through here, but we're comfortable. We want to gain a little bit more energy, farm them down. Goodbye. And... bringing in that Dragonite. Now, this is where it's going to be getting crazy here. So Dragon Claw, we survive, but we have 2 flame charges. So here we go. Throwing the first one and then throw the next one immediately. And then we're going to be able to maybe take out that Swampert. What do you think? You think we're going to get Mudshotted down? And we take the win. Let's go. Talonflame absolutely sweeping up the team there. Good stuff. Next game, we're met with a Jellicent. All right, I mean, we're park ground, so the Surf will do a decent amount if they want to hit us with Shadow Ball. Be my guess. But the fun part is we have Crunch, so we don't really need to worry too much about this situation here. And we're dropping their defense. Great. Sounds good. We're going to let this go. Shadow Ball, Surf. All right, Shadow Ball's doing a decent amount. Swapping into Giratina here. So they've used a shield, right? So we're going to be good to use one as well. So we're going to go ahead and shield this up and actually hit them with a Crunch. And then I think bring in the Registeel is what the game plan should be. All right, beautiful. Yeah, we're looking good here. Gonna go for that Zap Cannon. We don't really need to worry about anything. I mean, unless they have Shadow Force. Of course they have it. Of course they do. Of course they do. Oh, you know. All right. Anyways, taking them out there with a Zap Cannon. They're bringing in a Scrafty, and as soon as I saw that, I started kind of laughing because that's a wrap. Okay, yeah, that's a wrap. We got Talonflame back here. So yes, we're gonna go for Zap Cannon so we can try to lower their attack. I'm not getting to another Focus Blast, so why would I even try to go for it? I already know they're gonna shield them up. All right, Talonflame's all up to you, buddy, old pal, old friend. And bringing back that Jellicent. Okay, guess we're gonna be bringing that Zygarde. Perfection. And letting this go, calling it. Oh, well, I guess I wasn't really calling it. This is getting actually a little close here. What the hell am I doing? Okay. So farm them down here. Hopefully they don't get to a Surf. Otherwise it's a wrap, obviously, for us. And come on, come on, come on. Oh, right at the nick of time. Beautiful. So we're going to go straight for that Fly here. Super effective up against the Scrafty. And getting to the next Fly and taking the win again with the damn Talonflame. Putting in the work. Let's go. This is a really long video. Oh my goodness. This is one day. All right, this is great. So we were getting a 4-1s, 4-1s, 5-0s. This is why it's so long here. This team was actually really putting in the work here for us. Could we be weak? No, what's going to destroy this team here? I mean, you got Walrein, I guess. I mean, it's pretty diverse, right? But I was starting to get countered pretty hard, so I did switch it up because it did get ridiculously stupid. So they are swapping into an Abomasnow, sealing their fate forever. But Abomasnow is not going to go down without a fight because it will be able to throw 2 Weather Balls, which is going to be bringing us into the yellow, which is not bad. I mean, you know, they went down clawing and scratching, okay? And we're going to go for the, what was that? I forgot, I didn't see what I threw. Doesn't matter. Going for another Fly here. We're going to take out this Giratina. Oh, they're shielding it up and using their energy. Oh, okay. Well, that sounds good to me. Oh, hell yeah. We'll let that go. And now we got the Tapu Fini. So we substituted it for the Registeel. Registeel is great and all. But again, they were just starting to counter me with like double fire. And I was getting sick and tired of that. And as soon as I put on the Tapu Fini, the double fire went away. Again, anybody who denies the algorithm, I'm not going to take any shots, whatever. Who cares? So we have an Earthquake. Let's go ahead and do that. How much is this going to do to Registeel here? Stab here. Okay, not bad. Not bad. It's a wrap. It's over now. Oh, yeah. We're looking great. And, yeah. This is actually going to be a 5-0 for the last battles here. I will be showing it, too. And then we're just going to Water Gun down the Giratina and take the win. Sounds good. We've got a couple more battles here for you folks. If you haven't hit that like button, make sure you do so. It's much appreciated. Met with a Nidoqueen here. Okay, sounds good. Earth Power's going to do a decent amount, but it's not going to do a ton. Obviously, this is a Poison Fang, so we'll let it go. And they're swapping into a Jellicent. So we're going to go ahead and throw that Crunch to do some super effective damage and then swap into, or stay here. Okay, we're thinking about Tapu Fini, which is actually going to be able to take on Nidoqueen. So probably best, yeah, that we stay here for now. Going for that Crunch. And what are they going to bring out? Nidoqueen. So immediately swap so they don't get that farm because we're grounded. I don't want them to get like 3 quick moves with their farm there, which would make it, can make a difference in battle. Getting to the Flame Charge because we want to vamp up that attack. We don't really want to go for Fly right now. And they're shielding it up, which is good. No problem. Using up their first shield here. Now, at this point, I think we can go for Fly. I don't know. I think I may go for another Flame Charge. I guess to do more damage with quick move pressure. Scrafty. Shield this up, go for fly. They're obviously going to shield this up. They could let it go, but it doesn't really matter because we have a Tapu Fini. I'm pretty sure they shield this up. Swap into Tapu Fini, they back out. And back out. Okay, great. Looking good. Excellent. Let's keep it going here. All right, we have 2 more battles, folks. Long video, huh? Marathon over here. Met with an Alolan Golem. I mean, it couldn't get any better than that. That's actually one of the best leads that you can possibly have. They're going to be swapping into their Lapras. We're going to go ahead and bring in Talonflame. Yes, we still need to look out for Surf. It's not going to KO. It's going to do a lot of damage, though. I'm going to go ahead and shield up that first one and then go for the Flame Charge. I mean, we can pretty much take this on. Now, technically, also, we can use 2 shields here. Because we want to be matched up with the Golem again, right? So they are down both shields. Sounds good to me. And of course, they're going to be bringing in their Golem to farm us down, whatever. They can't really hit us for crap when it comes to Zygarde because we're ground, okay? And everything that they have is rock and electric, which is massively resisted by the dragon as well. So of course, we go down there and bringing in the Zygarde. Let's go. And they're throwing something for whatever reason. What do you have in the back? And that makes you throw that. You still have all your Pokemon. Maybe they're locked in here. I wasn't paying attention to the swap clock. But anyways, we're farming them down here. Actually putting in the work, doing a decent amount of damage, going Wild Charge. Might as well just went with Rock Blast. And they have a Virizion in the back, so we kind of have a double-edged sword. Super effective to me. And of course, they have Leaf Blade. And then they swap into their Lapras here. This is fine. Okay, sounds good to me. I'm going to farm you up. Sounds great, right? Going to go for the Moonblast, which is going to be doing a ton of damage to this thing. Pretty much one-shotting them. And they throw right at 1 HP. Okay. And we'll just bring in the Zygarde and take the win with the Dragon Tail. Excellent. All right, folks. Final battle. Are you ready for it? Let's go. It's been a long video here. And we're met with a Venusaur, which could be a threat. And they know that, so they're going to be swapping into their Dragonite. We're going to go ahead and bring in our Tapu Fini here, which is absolutely going to just shut this thing down. There's really nothing they can do unless they have Hurricane, Hyper Beam. Nobody runs Hyper Beam on Dragonite, though. This actually sounds pretty interesting. What do you think about that? It sounds like a stupid idea, to be honest. Anyways, going for the Surf there. There's really no need. I'm just going to farm them down. I want to come out of here with energy. So that's why I went for Surf there. Okay, we've got a ton of energy loaded up on this thing. We're going to throw a double Surf back to back here, I think. What is Venusaur? Yeah, so they resist everything. So might as well just throw a couple of Surfs. Okay, as opposed to one Moonblast. Bringing Talonflame in here, which is going to obviously shut the Venusaur down, but the Venusaur can still hit us with Sludge Bomb. But they're going Frenzy Plant. What the hell? Maybe they thought they was going to get a shield and saving energy, and they've got a Charizard in the back. Let's get it on. Going to go ahead and let that Dragon Claw go while going for our Fly here, which is going to do a ton of damage. They're going to be using their first shield, and then we swap back into the Zygarde here so we can keep that Talonflame to go up against that Venusaur in a little bit. And those Dragon Claws, super effective, but they're really not doing enough damage to actually really threaten us here because Zygarde is a little tank over here. And we're going to keep it going. Letting it go as well, holding on to that last shield, knowing that we're going to be able to take these quick moves from the Charizard without any problem. And they swapped a catch with their Venusaur. That was very clever, very clever. Okay. But we get to the crunch, and the star of the show is going to be able to take the win for us. Let's go. And that is going to be a 5-0, folks. There you have it. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Zygarde is amazing in the Ultra League as well as Talonflame. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!